Hello and goodbye, the show where we tell you about a thing and whether or not you should actually buy that thing. Today, that thing is Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is the next big fighter in the classic arcade series, and it heads in a few new directions that differentiates it both from the other big name fighters out there and even the previous Tekken titles. With new mechanics, some new modes, and a whole story featuring all new characters and some big moments, this is truly a Tekken game for the fans, and will likely be exactly what most people are looking for. But is it worth playing? Let's break it down and take a proper look at Tekken 8. When speaking with our reviewer George Foster, he says, Tekken 8 is yet another fantastic entry in gaming's best 3D fighter, and one that shakes things up significantly by putting a bigger focus on aggressive gameplay that makes it feel distinct from the rest of the series. The new heat mechanic might take some getting used to, and can sometimes feel like it makes things too simplistic, but it slowly feels like a great fit for Tekken moving forward. The story campaign is also one of the best that the series has had, filled with memorable new fighters and unforgettably epic moments that are now some of my favourites in the whole fighting game genre. Although Arcade Quest is fairly short and lacks a bit of variety, it's still a fantastic learning tool that stands alongside Street Fighter VI World Tour mode as a wonderful way to introduce new players to the world of Tekken and let veterans sharpen their skills. Whether you've been with Tekken from the very start or are just setting out on your first King of Iron Fist tournament, Tekken 8 is an excellent fighter that stands among some of the best in the genre. How long you'll spend playing Tekken 8 really depends on what sort of thing you hope to get out of the game. Multiplayer is always a large focus of fighting games, but with story campaigns and separate single player content, there's a good chunk here to dig into. The main story itself is somewhat short, as you would expect, and will likely take around 4 or 5 hours to complete. This of course depends on the difficulty you choose to play and how familiar you are with fighting games, so expect a little room for variation there. The arcade mode will also offer around about the same, with a few good hours of content to delve into, based around your custom avatar and the arcade narrative. There are also character episodes, which are about 10 minutes each. These are a lot shorter experiences, but with 32 characters, it's plenty of extra time you can spend between the other content. And then there's the multiplayer, which is essentially endless if you want it to be. There are regular and ranked matches, so you can choose how often you want to play and whether you're going for some casual fights or more competitive play. It's also worth noting that Tekken 8 will feature crossplay, increasing the pool of players you will be able to fight against, making the matchmaking frequency a lot better than platform limited multiplayer. And with all of that being said, what about the cost? Tekken 8 will cost you around $70 or between £55 and £70 depending on the platform you choose. There are options for increasingly expensive versions in the deluxe editions and the ultimate editions, should you choose to grab that extra content. Tekken 8 is a solid step in the right direction for furthering the fighting game genre in a modern setting. There's enough of the classic for old school fans and arcade enthusiasts, but plenty on offer to bring Tekken to a whole new audience if you were to jump in for the first time. Whether your focus is on clearing the single player content or diving into the competitive multiplayer scene to hone your skills as a fighter, there is more than enough of each and plenty of variety to keep you coming back for more. In a time when Street Fighter VI made a solid and positive impact on the fighting genre scene, it's great to see Tekken joining in that trend and pushing to make fighting games even better than ever.